With this economic transformation coming up, kids, believe me, you've got the chance now. And then go save the world. My calling in life is I want to change the attitude and the belief system of as many people on the planet as I can before I leave the planet. I want to have as many people on the planet have less regrets. I want to be known as the guy that reduced regrets worldwide and created more generational wealth than anybody that ever has. My next prediction is we're going through the greatest transformation of wealth in the history of the planet since Second World War. I see that for the first time, and it's going to start in the United States and it's spreading to the rest of the world, that the financial handcuffs that have been on most of the financial institutions since 2008 and 9, when we had that economic crash, are being released. I know, for example, in the United States, when taxes come down, federal corporate tax comes down to from 40+% to 20+%, I know what the geometric ripple effect that's going to have around the world. What are you going to tell your grandchildren? What are you going to tell your kids? Gee, Grandpa, what were you doing during the greatest economic transformation on the planet? Did you do anything, or did you have your thumb up your butt? I mean, times like this, I didn't think I'd live long enough to see this again. Interest rates are next to zero. They're giving money away, literally giving it away, and it's going to get looser. They're going to loosen it up. I mean, the ability for people to finance small businesses now is going to increase dramatically. The last time I saw it was in the 80s, and I didn't think I'd be around for another time. I was part of it in the 80s, and I'm going to be part of it through my mentees. You were here this week. You heard me make 3 announcements. One of my mentees on a deal, he got a $31 million check. I mean, it's not Elon Musk money, but it's a lot of money to most people. Another kid signed a $1 billion oil deal. Another kid got 600,000 euros from the EU for his movie deal. This is 1 week. I mean, it's got a ripple effect. And for those of you that don't know, the International Monetary Fund, the World Bank, and the EU have funds that probably nobody's ever told you about, that are all online, that you can go to fund your transactions for startups. But nobody's talking about that because the money is free, more or less, and there's no way that anybody's going to benefit. Nobody's telling you. I tell you because I give all my stuff away free anyway. But I want you to benefit. As you know, I grew up poor, and we had no real dream. I had no dreams. I didn't know how much a million was. I didn't know how many zeros was in a million until I went in the army when I was 20. But for example, let's just take the Netherlands footballers. Okay, they dream of playing in the World Cup all their life. Okay, from when they're 5, 6, 4, 5, 6, 7 years old, and they see themselves there before they're ever in a World Cup. Tom Brady, who just won the Super Bowl for the 5th time here a few weeks ago, saw himself as a child in his dreams that he associated his goals to from a little boy, and now he just won his 5th Super Bowl. Most of the time, we associate seeing ourselves in our dreams with athletics. We know that guys and gals that run the hurdles, that run the marathon, that run the mile, etc., have seen themselves winning, crossing the tape to get a gold medal. What we see much less of is these people associating their goals. Well, a big home, taking care of my parents, making sure my kids went to the right school. As you know, I taught at Nyroder, and I taught at Erasmus back in the 90s, and those kids had dreams. But most of the kids that I taught there had dreams associated with athletics. They didn't have dreams associated with financial gains. And I tell the kids now especially, money's not the root of all evil. I mean, if you want to do good and you want to save the planet from global warming, if you believe in that or whatever, make money and then go save the world and create wealth. Many adults have dreams for their kids, okay, to get them safely through school, university, happily married, grandchildren. But they don't dream then to be prime minister, to be a millionaire, et cetera, et cetera. And even the kids here that are high performance that come here to the seminars, their dreams are small compared to what we teach them. We tell everybody, if it's a monetary dream and a monetary goal, add 2 or 3 zeros to it. Some people may dream that they want to be millionaires, and there's no reason why you can't be worth hundreds of millions now. And with the economic transformation that has already begun, it's the beginning of a new era. And I don't want to see kids miss out. And I call everybody kids because I'm old enough either to be your father or your grandfather. But I don't want the kids to miss out. And there's huge opportunities out there. And what makes it easier for the kids today is that everything's internet based. Before you had to use shoe leather. You got on a bus, a train, a plane, a boat to go do something. Now, the bad part is that you've lost your ability to interact socially. You've lost your communication skills. Limiting beliefs start with your parents, unfortunately, because they have limiting beliefs. And their parents had limiting beliefs. Show me your friends and I show you your future. I mean, if you're sitting around in a wine bar or a sports bar, belching and watching, football on TV, when you're 20, you're probably going to be doing it when you're 40. So it's the people that you associate with, first of all. And the people that you currently associate with, probably you need to up your peer group. You up your peer group. So you want to be associated with people that have like dreams, that want to do spectacular things, that want to create change. Most of the people that are on the planet today that are being raised aren't being raised to create change. They were created, or procreation, because they just to fit in. 87% of the people, Gallup poll was last year. Gallup is a big structured company that takes surveys. 87% of the people on the planet aren't happy. That's a big number. 87%. They feel they don't fit in. They feel that they're in a no-win job.
So what can they do to change?
Well, they have to. They have to
come here.
Well, they can come here, but I mean, we don't have that many spots. They can come here, but I mean, I recommend people use Toastmasters to learn how to speak better. I don't tell you to go back to school, but take courses that might will improve your position in life. Most people don't want to change jobs because they don't like change. But I mean, if you've been in the same job, I just told my daughter this, if you've been doing the same, and she's only been there 2 years, because she just recently got out of graduate school. But I mean, if you're not happy after 2 years where you are, change jobs. The great tool on the internet is LinkedIn, where, and I think it's the greatest tool on the internet for changing your life. You list your what you've done, your CV, your resume. You list what your interests are. You have a picture, a nice picture of you. If you're a guy in a suit, ladies a nice outfit, and you look for other opportunities. It doesn't mean you have to take the opportunities, but most people that are on the planet don't know what opportunities are available. They have no idea. We want to stay in our comfort zones. We're afraid. Fear is false expectations appearing real. They don't know what they could do because they haven't tried, because they haven't seen their parents. The greatest thing that I believe that the humans were put on this earth is to procreate and to prolong the human race. But it's the thing that they're least prepared to do. Who trains you to be a parent? Nobody. You have to ask yourself, in 10 years, looking back, am I going to regret this? And what part of my job as a mentor coach is to minimize your regrets. So when you're 60, 70, or 80, you don't look back on your life and say that, I regretted this. I used to say it was my 80-year-old regret minimization formula. I said that since I'm about 50. Well, now I'm almost 72, so I've changed it from 80 because I'm going to be 80 pretty soon. I've changed it to now my 100-year-old regret minimization. What am I going to regret when I'm 100? The kids come here. You see the group. We've got 20 people roughly, and some of them have been successful. Mm-hmm. Some of them have been really successful, but they regret, I should have done this. I could have done this. And there's no harm in trying anything as long as it's legal, moral, and ethical. My calling in life is I want to change the attitude and the belief system of as many people on the planet as I can before I leave the planet. I want to have as many people on the planet have less regrets on the planet, and to be known as the greatest high-performance coach that ever lived. And right now, by numbers, I am, based on the value I've created, 50 billions for other people, not me, but for them and my mentees. And I'd like to have a 500 billion before I'm gone. And with this economic transformation coming up, kids, believe me, you got the chance now. And then go save the world. I want to be known as the guy that reduced regrets worldwide and created more generational wealth than anybody that ever has.